In this chapter, Tesla describes about his school days. He joined school at 10 at Karatia, where he born. And after joining his school, he was very active student. He calling his school as real gymnasium. Maybe it may be the German term. He was very good at mathematics. He did rapid calculations. It attracts his teachers and professors and praised him. However, he explained that the free form drawing is one of the subject taught those days in Germany, I think. He was very bad at free form drawing. He struggled to cope up with the free form drawing. However, he was well versed in other subjects, especially in physics. He was very well versed in the physics subject and he attracted to the principles of physics. After completion of the junior college, that is the beginning stage of the school, he suddenly fell ill. So his health came down and he's bedridden. During this bedridden period, he was gifted with many books from the library. Usually, his father made this beautiful arrangement. Actually, he read many literature books, especially the works of Mark Twain. He exclaimed that and very proudly saying that the works of Mark Twain recovered him from his mental illness because of the bedridden period, and he appraised the works of the Mark Twain. Then after that difficult period, after the recovery, he joined higher studies in the same Croatia region, and he was the dream of making a project in even at a younger age, that to make a fastest travel system around the globe. So he was imagining that to constructing a ring around the equator. So by constructing the ring around the equator around the globe, he is imagining that and he believed that it will lead to the fastest travel ever, and than those kind of travel already available those days, that is by train or by ship. That flights are not yet familiar those days, even not invented, I think. His another dream was to harnessing the energy from the rotational terrestrial bodies. Yes, he was dreamed to harness the energy from the terrestrial bodies, rotating terrestrial bodies. So even though it is unbelievable, unachievable, his imaginations are limitless. Then he joined in the Polytechnic school in Graz, Styria. So he started his studies. He was very eager in studies, and he started his studies work at 3 a.m. in the morning, and usually he ends at 11 p.m. in night. So this tedious work makes him again made him ill, fell in ill, but he never bothered about it. Even his father worried about his activities. Uh, Through his professors wrote many letters to his father about his uh, very aggressive work on studies. And his favorite subjects are physics, mechanics, and mathematics. He had mentioned his favorite professors in this polytechnic. Professor Rosner, who taught him arithmetics, Professor Porsche taught physics, both theoretical physics and experimental physics. Dr. Alley, who taught integral calculus and differential equations. So these professors paved him the way to make interest into these subjects, and he said he learned a lot from these professors and their teaching methods. During this course of time, his school one day a dynamo, a Grammy dynamo was arrived to his school for educational purpose. So his professor tried to make a demonstration using that dynamo. So, however, a problem occurred during the demonstration. The commutator piece in the dynamo got fired and created many issues during the demonstration. Tesla noted this and imagined, and his imagination mind automatically triggered to make a dynamo without commutator. So when he explained this concept to his professor make him to give a detailed lecture about it, and he gave the detailed lecture about it. At last, his professor commented that that detailed lecture was good, but it is it is difficult. It is not possible to design a dynamo without commutators. So it made him disappointment, and but even though he never withdrew that project, withdrew that idea, and he started thinking about how to design the dynamos without the commutator. During this course of time, he explained that he has some peculiar things happen to his sensation and other things, because he explained that he has different sights and hearing abilities than normal human, because he can able to see any distance object very clearly that is not possible to normal human vision. And he said that he can able to hear a thunderstorm slaps even at 550 miles. That is not even possible for the normal human being. And many things he explained about his very peculiar sensational uh, abilities. And one day, while he discussing about the American Society of Electrical Engineers, yeah, that idea suddenly flashed into his mind, and at the time in the sand, he designed the motor what he has imagined in his mind.